Hello and welcome to your weekly messages. Today is Saturday, the 3rd of February 2024. So if you haven't already seen the messages for the month of February, take a look at them. Link in the description, video in the end screen. It was all about slowing down and about stillness is the access point to acceleration. And it was about the importance of slowing down so you could hear any guidance coming in and really stilling the body and the mind, I want to say. Sometimes we can still the mind when we're out walking and using the physical body. But also with this intense light coming in and this, our frequency rising as it is all the time. It's kind of important to rest the physical body as well. So a little bit of both, rest the the mind and rest the body. So if anyone's anything like me, you'll be finding that easier said than done. I'm hoping it's going to get easier with practice. And oh, that card wanted to come out. Yeah, well, that's cool. I like it when they come out that easily. Yeah, easier said than done, I think, sometimes. Stillness, stop, find that point. It's stopping that mental chatter and stopping the physical body. And, so many people are just so busy, especially if you're going to work or you've got, kids and stuff. But even then, things come up, don't they? Animals need to go to the vet, gardens need attention. I don't know, there's always something, isn't there? So sometimes it can be a bit of a challenge to find that stillness. So I think it's a good idea to remember that time is a fourth dimensional illusion. Remind yourself of that one. Never feels like it, does it, when you're in the density, in the full action of the physical world. But if we remember that time is an illusion, then we don't need to rush so much. We don't need to worry about wasting time. You can't waste time, can you, if it doesn't exist? And we all know that things can speed up, energetically and slow down. So I think that's it. 3 cards have come out. And anyway, let's have a look. So, yes, I think it might be the same message, which isn't a surprise because, of course, we're in February and these were the messages for February. But the first card is the 8 of Cups. And this is typically my trigger card. So I will just run through it because anyone new to my channel might not have heard about this, the trigger concept. I will put a link in the description and the video in the end screen to my extended lesson in awakening. One of the lessons in awakening, I think it's number 11. Lessons in awakening is all about understanding triggers. But he's walking away. Cups is emotions. It symbolizes emotions and your spirituality, your intuition and creativity. But specifically emotions. The moon here you see is, well, it's a bit of an eclipse because you've got the sun and the moon, but it is symbolic of subconscious fears. But my interpretation of this card is that he's withdrawing into his cave on his own to process these emotions that have come up. So these are the emotions that have come up. So this is basically like you've been triggered. Something outside of you has stimulated or activated an emotion within you. And it could be anything, sometimes we just have sadness coming up for no apparent reason, or sometimes we can just have resentment coming up for no apparent reason, whatever it may be, or maybe just suddenly some grief or anxiety, whatever. But it's emotions that are coming up to be felt. So this is an ongoing message, isn't it? Own it, feel it, heal it. That's been coming up a lot lately. Own it, feel it, heal it. I'll put a link in the description to that as well. But you feel this emotion within you, and it's understanding that you are the whole universe in one human being, and that everything outside of you is a reflection of your frequency. So the trigger actually is a reflection of you. You are the trigger. You're the one that has brought that emotion up. And then the frequency, like attracts like, remember? So the frequency of that emotion, because it's in the cells of your body, it's the frequency of that emotion that has created the situation outside of you that is making you feel resentful, sad, grief or what have you, anxious. But actually, it starts with you. Everything starts with you. So when we say, oh, it made me feel sad, he made me feel angry. No, no, no. It's in the cells of your body. And you might not know because it's buried deep and it could be inherited, it could be past life. We know this, right? And it could be collective or it could be from your younger years. But it's in the cells of your body and you might not be feeling it all the time, but it's coming up for attention because it wants to be transmuted into love. And you are now ready to do that. You are a transmuting machine. You came here to transmute the lower frequencies into higher frequencies. That's your job. That's what you came here to do at this time of the Great Awakening. That's why we call you a light worker or a way shower or whatever, a healer. It starts off by healing yourself, by transmuting energies into love. And so it's come up for attention and it's being reflected back to you in your mirrors because everything outside of you is like a mirror. And so it's triggered that emotion to come up to raise your awareness to the fact that you have it. But he's very sensible. He's not blaming the person outside of him. He's not pointing fingers, saying it's their fault. They made me feel like this. Their behavior was unconscious. I'm sure their behavior, some behavior that you witness and observe in your reality, maybe it is from people behaving unconsciously, but they're doing it for your benefit. This is what people don't get sometimes. They're doing it for your benefit. So we think it's easy to judge them and blame them because of their unconscious behavior. When I say unconscious behavior, I mean less conscious, I mean negative behavior. I don't like to say right and wrong and good and bad, but maybe it's behavior that is not preferred. It's behavior that is not acceptable to you, so it's therefore unconscious. They're behaving unconsciously, right? But you're not unconscious, are you? You're conscious about everything. And so therefore you can understand that their behavior is there. It's a reflection of this frequency that's within you that is coming up to be processed and transmuted because that's what you do. Okay, you can do that. And so it's coming up and it's about feeling that emotion, allowing it, owning it, feeling it, which can be uncomfortable, in order to transmute it. And you're doing all of that from a higher level of consciousness. You're doing that from this level of consciousness. So you are aware that you are a transmuting machine, that you are transmuting it into love. So because you're aware of that, you can look at the situation from a higher perch. And you can look at it and understand what's going on. It's the Great Awakening. You're a starseed. You came here to do this. So therefore, although you're feeling the emotion and it doesn't feel very comfortable, you are aware. So therefore, you are in an expanded state of understanding and awareness. And you have love for yourself, because that's the be all and end all, right? So you wouldn't be watching this video if you didn't have love for yourself, right? So that love for yourself, gratitude for the process. I mean, lots of gratitude for understanding how this stuff works. Because when you understand how this stuff works, you don't entangle, that you haven't reacted with the stimuli, with the mirror in your reality. You're not entangling with it. You're not reacting to it. You haven't created a drama that's just going to keep the emotions there and add to them. No, because you've got this level of awareness. So you've walked away knowing this, feeling it, owning it, acknowledging it from an expanded state of awareness. And because you love yourself and because you are the all that is, that love is what comes in. And therefore you can transmute these lower frequencies, this anger, this resentment, this sadness, whatever it might be, you can transmute it into love. And that's come up recently. This is an ongoing message. I do feel a little bit like the old stuck gramophone record. Obviously, it's a message that I need to hear as well. So we need reminding, I think, all the time about this understanding triggers, and understanding that we are a transmuting machine. Machine's not a very nice word, is it? Vessel, a transmutation vessel? I don't know. Any suggestions? Put in the comments, please. But that is what we came here to do, transmuting this lower frequencies into love. And this one is coming up again. We had this one because the Four of Swords is all about resting, retreating, relaxing, taking as much time as possible out this week to relax and retreat, and just to see, this is typically a worry and anxiety card, but it's the kind of worry and anxiety that comes up when we're rushing around. Exactly that, when we're rushing around. It's the worry and stress that comes up from rushing around. So that's why he's lying down, calming his thoughts, calming his physical body, and then just finding that place of stillness, because stillness is the access point to acceleration. And it clearly is the case for February, isn't it? Because the last card, we've got the King of Wands, and the King of, I love the King of Wands. The King of Wands is the king of creation. Wands is fire, it's physical action in the physical world. He is top of his game. He is bold, he's assertive, he knows what he's doing. Yeah, he's beautiful. He's a creator. He knows he's the creator, but he's also physically, consciously, actively creating as well. Because Wands is transformation, because it's fire. So he's passionate and bold, but it's also physical action in the physical world. So we're transmuting lower frequencies into love, resting while we do that. So the light's coming in, the love is coming in. And because it's high frequency, we need to rest in order to embody it, in order to integrate it into every cell of the body, not just on a mental level. I think that's what's happening. I think that's why everything's getting repetitive, because we hear it and we're like, okay, that resonates. But then we have to really apply it to our life, and we have to seriously integrate it into every cell of the body. We have to literally embody these principles, embody this wisdom, embody this understanding, embody this consciousness, because that's what's raising our frequency. That's what's expanding us into higher levels of consciousness. And rest is really important, because this is the acceleration, right? Because fire, wow, and he's the king of it. And yeah, he's definitely top of his game. So this is action, creative, productive, transformational action that comes from the stillness. It's the same message, isn't it? I'm not surprised. It's only a couple of days later. The cards are reading the energy. So yeah, it's this stillness is going to take us to this action. But we need to hear the call. And there's a lot of people around at the moment, kind of feeling itchy feet. They want to be moving forward, or they think they should be moving forward, or they're feeling to move forward, but they don't know what to do. They don't know what direction to go in. They don't know what forward to go to, Well, that's because they need to stop and relax and rest in order to hear the calling. So that was February's messages. Because the action is going to come from that. So yeah, it's kind of a repetitive but clear message, isn't it? But yeah, starting off with any emotions coming up, understanding that we are the transmuting vessels of transmutation. And that's what you came here to do. So feeling it, oh, it's putting all of them together, isn't it? All the recent ones. It's like everything's coming to a head. And I'm not surprised. That's why we have to rest so much, I guess, in February, because there is kind of like on an energetic level, there's a lot going on, even if there isn't that much going on in the physical. So, wow, I hope that makes sense. I mean, it's certainly relevant for me, but then they always are. I'm just doing my own cards and then just sharing with you. Thank you. Have a fantastic week. I love you all. Get in touch if you'd like a private reading. Bye for now. See you in the next video.